Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Cryptocom Investigation, where we have a look at various cryptocurrency projects and we ask ourselves, are they going to be really worth investing in or not? Today we've been looking at something called Topflower. Now, if you guys do like what I do on this channel, please consider liking and subscribing. And you're also very welcome to comment as well, but I do ask that you have a bit of a read of the blue writing down the bottom there. Pause the video and then we'll get started. Cool. So, let's have a look. Topflower, in terms of its rank, we have 3,000 market cap. We don't actually know the market cap currently, but we know that the price is around about 0.16 at the moment. In terms of how the price has been going, so it's been going from 0.047, and it has had an all-time high of about 0.2, and it's now dipped down to 0.17. So that's fine. It's currently only available on pancakeswap, so we are also going to be looking at a few other stats and metrics just to find out some other things about this project. Cool, so let's have a look onto BSCscan, because the coin is currently on Binance. Now, this is very, very slick looking. So 96% is sitting in a smart contract. That is wonderful, that is fabulous, I appreciate that, I think that is great, absolutely tremendous. So I decided to actually open up the smart contract itself, and as we have a look at the contract, we see that the default admin role is 0x and a bunch of zeros, which essentially means that nobody can control it currently. But we can also have a look at some of those other things in regards to some of our other metric scanners, token scanners, and I also try to see if I could find these wallets regarding the minter role and the pauser role, but couldn't find anything regarding that. So yeah, so all in all, to me this actually looks pretty solid, to be honest. The only other major wallet is this one here. Don't know who that belongs to, but I believe that it doesn't belong to the devs as far as I know. Okay, and we can see a bit more of that in there as well. And then so the third one is a pancakeswap liquidity pool, and then the other ones are contracts as well. So honestly, it looks like, in terms of what we can see on the Binance Smart Chain, it looks absolutely fabulous. No problem, no issue whatsoever. Cool. So let's have a look at what BSCcheck tells us about this jazz. So there's no buy tax, no sell tax. There is something interesting though, and we will go over that a little bit later on, and it has to do with I'm gonna say withdrawals, for lack of a better word. So it says contract code suspicious burn function detected. So I'm not exactly sure what that's coming from or where that's coming from, but the BSCcheck has picked up that this is actually that the ownership has been renounced, and Open Zeppelin, which is trusted by a whole bunch of people, so Brave, Olga, Ethereum Foundation, Coinbase, Compound, BitGo, very popular. They are, so it has been announced through Open Zeppelin. I have had a look through the actual contract itself, and you can actually see that being listed inside that as well. So according to its liquidities, so we currently have 84%, and the 84% is locked, which I believe will probably have something to do with this jazz right here, which, yeah, they do have sort of vesting schedules and things going on, which is a pretty good time. So token supply, so it says that somebody does own 2.7%. Top holders liquidity, okay. Dev wallet warning. Why did it not mention the dev wallet in anything else? This could possibly be the dev wallet then? I don't think so though, but there's a possibility that it could be. Yeah, so we'll have a look at what tokensniffer says as well. So buy fee, sell fee, so those are all fine. No prior similar token contracts, so there have been two other similar token contracts to this one from what we can see. We have got Divine DAO, and we've also got Playamon. Not sure how good or bad these guys are, but they don't sound like scam projects from what I can see, but you know, never judge a book by its cover, right? Yeah, so creator wallet 0%, all other holders possess less than 5% in tokens, so that's fine. Liquidity, it's 591 BNB. We will have a look on KuCoin to see how much liquidity is actually available. And then so we don't have over 95% of the liquidity burn / locked according to Tokensniffer, but I believe that in this case we will actually go with BSCcheck over Tokensniffer for this one, purely because this is more based around the actual smart contracts from what BSCcheck says in that regard. So anyway, we shall be moving on. So with kucoin, it says, so as we can see, it has about $200,000 in liquidity through BNB in pancakeswap. Moonarch, what does Moonarch tell us? So it'll sort of show like a little bit of percent of liquidity right there. And so out of that, it doesn't say that anything is locked according to Moonarch as well. So maybe there's a possibility that BSC is pulling back some kind of funky numbers, but I don't really think so. I feel like BSCcheck is probably the one which we should trust in this instance, purely because what I have seen from Moonarch and tokensniffer is that usually they'll be checking for locks on websites like DX Sale or DX Log, whatever it's called, Pink Lock, Pink Sale. I can't remember, one of them is like Sale and the other one's Lock. Yeah, so according to these things on the side here, I have had a brief look at some of these. So this only roll, there could be potentially concern for this, but I'm going to go with the fact from what Open Zeppelin says that it has definitely been renounced. And then so they have this other thing which says renounced roll restricts calls to an address, but once again, and it also says owner might be able to pause trading honeypot risk. However, because the owner has been officially renounced and we don't, so one other thing which we will see usually through Moonarch is that we'll see like another sort of code down bottom here which will say something like owner could fake renounce, for instance, but we don't see any of that jazz here. So in terms of everything, it looks pretty solid, pretty safe. And so I believe that the minted supply is probably already everything which is in supply, which is 500 million. So yes, we'll continue having a look at some other things. So these guys don't actually have a Reddit page, but they have 28,000 followers, and as we can see, most of that 28 has actually been following these guys for the last 30 days. But then if we have a look over here, we can see that Monday they lost a bunch of subs. Sorry, did I say subs? Followers. Yeah. So anyway, I think that in terms of these guys' popularity, I think that there is definitely a pretty smooth wave. Yeah, I think that there might have been a day where there was probably like a lot of people who were following these guys, because as you can see, most of these days are only double digits, and then one of them is minus 200 and something, and then it says here that the last 30 days is 28,000, so there might be something missing, but I haven't seen anything too sus so far. So after looking through some of the comments, I tried to see if I can maybe see any sort of bot comments. Didn't really see any bot comments. It seems that pretty much almost everybody that I have seen is pretty legit. However, there are some people complaining about the withdraw. Don't know if that's been fixed. As far as I know, I don't think it has. But yeah, so just so that you guys are aware, yeah, cool. So we'll move on from that. So we'll have a look at Google Trends as well. So Topflower in the last 12 months. We'll go with the last 90 days because remember, this actual token, from what we can see, has been listed in the last 2 months, and their Twitter profile was also created on December the 9th as well. So hasn't been going around for heck as long. So as we can see, nothing, a little bit more. And then we've seen quite an increase of people actually playing it. So I mean, for those who like the kind of cute farm game and who are into augmented reality, like this would be great. I mean, from the brief videos that I've seen or pictures that I've seen of the gameplay, it does look quite sweet or quite nice from what I've seen there in terms of the 2D essence. Cool. So let's continue looking at some of these things. Roadmap. We'll look at the roadmap a little bit deeper soon. So we won't be looking at that. So how to earn. So this is sort of a bit of a landscape of how you can actually get tokens and what you can do and everything. So you guys can sort of pause and read that, but I'll move on from that. Tokenomics. So we can also look at the tokenomics on another tab which I have there as well, which will go a little bit deeper into vesting and things which are locked as well. So as we can see, so it says 13% is for marketing, play to earn reward, stacking reward, reserve, core teams 20%, 2% public sale, 5% liquidity, and 12% private sale / airdrop. So I think one thing which is incredibly attractive, and this was one of my sort of thoughts, was like how does the team actually earn anything from this project, right? Because they've gone and renounced themselves, haven't they? So because they've gone and renounced themselves, like how are they going to keep earning? But here is the cool thing with these guys, and this is something I really appreciate, and one thing I do look for when it actually comes to projects is, are they vesting? How much are they vesting? What's going on with this jazz? So as we can see, there is a whole bunch of vesting going on, and what is fantastic is that when we actually have a look on the Binance Smart Chain, we do see these contracts, especially with this 96% contract. So I personally believe that this contract here will probably have something to do with this whole entire vesting thing, because there's pretty much like no other proof which we have of these being locked, right, other than the actual smart contracts. So as we can see, so they have a reserve, which is, it says it's 3%, so I'm assuming this might possibly be the reserve to some extent, maybe, because it doesn't say that it has a vesting schedule for that. So when we have a look at some other things, so play to earn reward, 3% monthly unlock in 34 months, marketing, so 32 months, liquidity, 20% unlock at TGE, 8% monthly unlock. So pretty much everything which I'm seeing here is delicious. 100% unlock at TGE for public sale. Like, I mean, guys, this is just incredible. My one comment would be that if the folks from Moonarch and or tokensniffer are actually watching this, specifically Moonarch, because we can actually see a pie chart here, would to be maybe to find out a little bit more of like how much is actually properly locked, because it says 99% of this supply is unlocked, right? But remember, because of these smart contracts and because of the extra vesting and locking and all that sort of jazz, my opinion is that these are not unlocked. Yeah, so all of it looks pretty good, to be honest. All of it looks pretty heckin' safe from my personal point of view. And let's have a look at the roadmap. So they actually have a pretty solid roadmap as well. So they have, so this is talking about the year, so this is talking about this year 2022. So keep in mind that these guys are kind of early access, you could say. And so they talk about how you can combine flowers, play it on mobile devices. So we actually, I believe, already have a PC app version. Stealing, that's interesting. Season, AR, ranking, new items, PvE mode, version PvE mode, and then right at the end of the year they're intending to release a PvP mode version. Now, one thing which is not too great is that these guys are not actually doxed, but yeah, I think because of all of the other things which we have looked at, let's have a look at some partners. pancakeswap, no, that's not what I'm thinking of. Gate.io is one of their partners. Get out of town. No you ain't, son. No you ain't. So maybe they're gonna be released on these at some point, but when I click on the links, nothing happens. So yeah, whereas if I click on this, yeah, so I don't know what's going on with that, or why it's doing that, but maybe these are sort of swaps which they want to list on, but not entirely sure with that jazz. Also, their Discord community's got about 17,000 members, which is quite impressive as well. And once again, in terms of this project, as I say, usually we do want the team to be doxed, but for this particular project, not so much. However, it would be nice if we could maybe see a little bit of these guys' background, maybe understand what they bring to the table, maybe see if they have done any other sort of successful projects before as well. But yeah, from what I can generally see from the rest of this project, it does look quite good / okay. So this one's a bit of a quick video today, folks. So here's my thoughts, my final thoughts. If you want to invest, that was probably an okay time to invest. Like, if I was to invest, I probably want to invest a little bit, probably down here when the price like dips a bit more. So maybe at like the 0.12 mark would be my personal thing. But yeah, so I think if you guys do want to invest, do it because you like the game, because you like the project. But in terms of how safe this is to invest in, to me, this looks very, very safe. This is one of the safest projects which I have seen, because of the way which they have decided to do things. Things look very, very good from my end. Yes. So anyway, once again, if you guys do want to potentially like and subscribe, and then if you do want to comment, have a read of that. Anyway, so yeah, this is my Patreon. If you guys do want to help support my journey financially, that'd be wonderful. And I can also do exclusive fan requests as well as you can get early access, because I usually schedule these videos in advance. So yeah, anyway guys, this has been very fun. So have a wonderful day. Much love. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.